Hey guys, this is Strider Prime, bringing you a new edition of BandaiModels, and today I am going to work on this kit. The SDF-1 Macross Movie Edition from the Do You Remember Love animated movie from the Macross series. Now, this is not, of course, a Bandai kit, but it is a model kit, a sci-fi kit, so I'm putting it in, part of this, of course. It's from Hasegawa, and I picked this up a year, maybe more than a year ago. I was really intrigued with ships, with this type of ship. I've always liked starships and spaceships, from whether it's from anime or movies, and this one is no exception. I really like the overall design. Surprisingly, I don't know why, but Hasegawa never seemed to move forward in making a ship like this transform into the Storm Attacker version, which I have. Maybe they thought it's not possible for its scale, even though this is a 1/4000 scale. I thought it would be a big ship, but after looking at some photographs of a completed model kit and doing comparison to other starships from the other genres, the ship is not big, surprisingly, not big at all. And I will do a comparison with another model kit that I built last year. But this is a ship that I actually want to make for the Mosquitocon show, which is coming up in April. I'm going to put it in along with the in the category for starships, fictional, not factual, fictional. Now, I had my idea of putting LED lights on this guy, and I don't know if I can do it. I've seen people do some amazing work on this kit, especially drilling the little holes all over the place, and of course there are light sources back here in the engine. But I have to build it first so I can understand it, if it's possible. Even if I could do maybe 4 light sources and just a battery, I have to figure it out and work it out. I want to do another model kit with an LED light on it. Clearly I already have one for the show, and want to see if I can try this one. But I really like this ship, and of course Hasegawa made 2 versions of this. There's the movie version, and then there's the OVA version. And I think my favorite part is the ships over here on the side, the armored ships, or armored ships. Let's look at this for a second. Box art is amazing. And I'm sorry about the reflection of the light. Let's move it away like that so you guys can see it. So here's what the Macross, SDF-1 Macross looks like. Good detail though, very good detail. A lot of minute parts, not parts, but more, intricate detail on this ship. Clearly this thing has some features that I'm surprised they were able to squeeze into on this scale. Now, the one thing that's most notable, and I don't know if you can see this here, I'll try to zoom in. There you go. Is this kit comes with that little monster. It's actually called the Destroid monster. Now, from Macross, they had those Destroid combat armors. There was the Phalanx, there was the Spartan, there was the Tomahawk, and then of course, Phalanx, Tomahawk, and Spartan. Okay, so there were like 4, I think it was. Either way, and Rifleman. That's it, Rifleman. But this little guy right here is the monster, and this thing is twice as big and powerful than those other mobile armors, or not mobile armors, but robots. And it's so big that this ship had to have 2 of these guys. I can't wait to build that. That looks really nice. Also, I don't know if you can see this here. This also comes with Valkyrie fighters. There's a Valkyrie fighter with the wings open and one with the wing closed. I don't know how they pull that off. We'll see this soon enough once we do an we unbox it and take a look at it. I don't remember how much I paid for this, but I know it was expensive. This is, I think it cost me around maybe $50 or something like that. And I got a good deal. And I know I got this from Hobby Link Japan when this first came out. So this will be fun. Let's open it up and see what we have to work with here. Put the lamp down a bit so we can see all this. Come on. Oh my god. Alright. We have the manual here. We'll review that soon enough. Now, I actually was going to build this last year, and I was preparing it, but I never got a chance to finish, to do anything with it. So, I put everything back in the box, and I'm redoing a new video again. Here is the water slide decals. Good detail right there. Very nice. Here's a portion of the stand. I know a part fell off back there, so we'll find it soon enough. Polycaps. Don't remember why this thing has polycaps, but yeah, it's because of the ships and all that stuff. Don't think we're going to be using all those polycaps. Now, well, here's the part of the ship. It's a lightest grayish blue. It's a gray tone, and I believe it has like a bluish hint to it. So I don't know if I have the paints for this, but I want to focus on this area here of the plastic tray. There are the Valkyrie fighters. Look how small they are. So it's actually molded onto the plastic. That means I may have to cut and then sand off or slice off the part from there. That's going to be interesting. How are you going to do that? And then here's the remaining, the other parts, which is a little like a bluish tone. I think I have part paint for that. Here are the remaining parts, of course, that I removed. And then here is that little monster. A little monster. There's one here, and there's a cannon that goes right over it. You get two of these. And then here are the parts for the armor. Pretty nice. Some other parts here as well. Thrusters. Yeah. More of the ship, more thrusters, so there's a lot of doubles here. Portion of the front of the ship. I recognize the design. And I'm also inspecting to make sure that we haven't lost any parts here. Here's part of the stand, like I mentioned before. And then this is a tan color, which is basically based off the trim. And then here's the base. Let me put this over here. Look at this base for a second. I hope I have everything here. Yep, everything's here. So the base, I'll remove this from the plastic here, is pretty big enough to actually put stuff under this. That's going to be interesting to see how I can manage that. I'm not 100% committed to putting LED lights, but if I see an opportunity, I'll definitely look into it. I'll definitely look into something like that. This actually reminds me of one model kit that I purchased. This is like, we're talking 20 years ago, more than 20 years ago, and it was the actual Deep Space Nine model kit, which had those what was it, fiber optic wires, a light bulb, a battery source, and a little drill gun type thing with, it was battery operated and came with a little drill bit, and the whole purpose was to drill little holes in specific areas and then take the fiber optic wire, which was very thin, slide it in through those little holes, and then feed it onto the light source, so when you turn it on it will illuminate the whole thing. I don't have that drill bit anymore, and I lost that model kit during a move. But it would have been perfect to use it on this, and I don't know if anybody's doing that right now with this kit. I don't think I can do that, but I'm going to see what I can do. But let's review the manual and see what we have to work with here. Okay, so here's the manual of the SDF-1 Macross Movie Edition, 1/4000 scale. This is, I should have pointed out, this is a glued kit, or kit that needs to be glued. So I have enough of the extra thin cement from Tamiya, and I will supplement it with other glue if need be. So I have that prepared for that. We'll just breeze on through this and see how it looks. Parts guide right here, and I kind of said to myself, there's no way it's going to be using all these polycaps, and sure enough I was right. Only I see a few of these are highlighted that's required, and even though this one is not even used, and I don't even know what was that for, probably from maybe a Macross fighter of some sort from Hasegawa. So actually, here, interesting, the first thing it talks about, or displays, is the actual monster itself. As you can see, you assemble it. It's definitely painted in green. It is a green mobile artillery piece. So I have enough green for that. And then it shows here the Valkyrie's both open and closed wings. And here you use, of course, a hobby knife to slice it off from the plastic. I do have some good blades. Can't believe it's using what do you call that? A box cutter knife and not a regular knife. Maybe because of how probably no. Now I see that it's because it's more thinner and more rigid. I wonder if I have one like that. I'll have to investigate that. Now, before we move a bit further with the construction of this, and clearly it's self-explanatory, I want to point out the fact that here is the paints guide, and it not only it's numbered, but you also get the numbering of the actual paint itself. It says GSI. So let me see if I have some paint on the side here. H1. Do I have H1 here? I have a few. Well, they're all Gundam colors. So this, I think H1 is white, and H2 may be black. Do I have black here? Do I have any of the lower series of numbers? No, I have all the Gundam colors here. 69, 340, 40. No, not 77. I haven't popped out the box here where I have all my paints, so I will have to review it. Clearly, if I don't have the paints, I'm not going to go and buy them. I'll find the next equivalent to these colors. So it doesn't have to be these colors. It could be in a shade darker, a shade lighter. Maybe a mixture is required. We'll figure this out. We'll play it by eye. But on that page we saw like the front part of the ship, and then I see I guess the middle part of the fuselage. Some detail there. The cannons, the bridge is right there. And then we see here it's taking shape right there. I'm trying to imagine there may be a hollow area in there, so maybe wiring is required. I hope I can actually build it, but build it up to the point where I don't have to glue it just yet, just so I can figure it out. And then of course here's the most important part of the engine, the actual engine side of the ship. And then I see the thrusters. So if I'm going to commit to something like this, I would have to drill holes at the point of at the end of the thrusters, and then either put one. Well, I don't know if I could do not 6 light sources. 6 multiply that by 3 is 18. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 12. No, yeah. So 12 LED lights and at 3 watt a light. I wonder if I can get away with a 9-volt battery. I think I'm gonna test out some light sources and see if I can actually. And I have a guide that somebody sent me. Maybe try to get a 9-volt battery to work in a specific pattern or a specific way connecting for this. I'll test it out soon enough. But we're going to begin with the assembly first on the front part of the ship. But here is the remaining parts, of course, of the rear part of the ship. And then the assembly of the armored or armed 01 and armed 02 ships, which makes up the actual arms itself. And then the assembly of the base, which is clear. And then you have the back part, and then the front part, and then the 2 sides. And interestingly enough, I don't have to worry about fussing with this if I have to put light sources in there, because it's only going to be in the engines. So we'll figure that out soon enough. And then the placement of all the decals, all the decals, above the ship and under the ship. And the side. Wow, this is going to be a crazy build. So let me just say one thing. If I can do it normal, fine. I will definitely do it normal. I will definitely give it as much detail as possible. LED lights will be an option, which I will try to figure out and see if it works. Because now my thought is, okay, how do I get 9 LED lights to work? I don't have fiber optics where I can actually do what I was just talking about before, because I would need a very thick fiber optic light just to show it off. But I do have the LED lights that will focus in there, and there's something that I will have to test out soon enough. But I'll keep that to the side, and we'll work on the assembly of this. So let us begin building Hasegawa's SDF-1 Macross Movie Edition.